This is a story of one man's vision, dedication, and risk appetite who made it big in the poultry industry. Meet Mr. Krishna Egde, Chairman and Managing Director of Lifeline Feeds Private Limited, who made it big in the poultry industry from a humble beginning. They are now in 9 business verticals with 445 crores in turnover, 42 plus retail stores, 1,200 direct and 6,000 indirect employees, and business operations across India. His father was a businessman. During his childhood days, his parents aspired for him to be a doctor or an engineer, but he wanted to be a businessman. While studying at college for his graduation, he used to help around with his father's restaurant business. There, he met an assistant professor from the Agriculture University, who used to frequently come to his restaurant with his family to dine, who had started a cattle and poultry feed business. He asked him if he could take up distribution of his feeds, and he agreed. He was just 20 years old at that time when he started his feed distribution business in 1985 with just rupees 20,000 as initial investment. To develop his distribution business, he used to frequently visit various cattle and poultry farms and interacted with farmers. During that process, he thought to himself, why can't I start my own poultry farm so that I can also cross-check about the farmer's feedback? So in 1987, he started his own poultry farm with 500 chicks about every week with a total of 3,000 chicks up until 1992. In 1993, he then expanded his poultry farm to a capacity of 20,000 birds, along with his poultry feed business. He earned good profits during that time. During that period, while reading Business Today and Economic Times about J.R.D. Tata and R. Narayan Ratan Tata and Hazim Premji, he wondered, why can't I take some risks and scale up my business? So, he established his own feed factory in 1997. He met Mr. Herwin Butt, a PhD in nutrition, who joined his company as general manager and with his help started marketing his poultry feed business. It was then, while selling his feed to the farmers asked, why don't you give us both chicks and feed together? Hence, he started a breeding farm, and with a breeding farm, a hatchery was required. And so he started his own hatchery along with his feed business, and his business grew steadily. It was around this time, in 1999, contract farming concept was getting popular. By adopting contract farming, farmers got a guaranteed income, and all the losses or the gains were borne by the company. Many farmers adopted contract farming, and his business grew. However, he found it difficult to find a good price for these chickens. That is when they thought, why not open their own retail store? However, traditional chicken shops were smelly, dirty, and unhygienic, but the customers were still buying it because they didn't have any alternatives. This was a challenge, and hence they took this challenge head on and came up with a revolutionary concept of a designer retail store that was clean, neat, and hygienic. They opened a small processing plant to help supply to their retail store. They got good success with their first retail store in Chikmagalur. Then they opened stores across Bangalore and got good success and encouragement there too. With business growing, they had to go for an even bigger processing plant and opened a larger processing plant in the industrial estate with 5 crores investment on the processing plant in 2006. With their business expanding and growing, even this processing plant was not sufficient to cater to their needs. In 2014, they opened a mega state-of-the-art feed mill and poultry processing plant in Chikmagalur with an annual turnover of 165 crores. They now have 1,200 direct employees and about 6,000 indirect employees with an annual turnover of rupees 445 crores annually. They supply their chicken to not only the local market, but also to best hotels in Karnataka, to the international airlines, West Bengal, Delhi, Mumbai, Kerala, Goa, and even to Bhutan military services from last 1 year. All these are due to the quality that they deliver. Theirs is the only company to have secured quality certificates in all the 7 areas of production. Mr. Krishna Egde is truly an inspiration for future entrepreneurs.